Alright, there you go. For those of you who've been around from the very beginning, listening in to and watching the SGL podcast, welcome back. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome on in to our first matchup of this week between Los Verdes and EC Defiance in SGL Championship League action. Now, folks, for those of you who've been around in the podcast, you would realize that we are nearing the end of the championship season. In the Cup, we have 2 more matches to play out, the Losers Final and the Grand Final. In the League, we have a couple more weeks. This is the penultimate match day. Match day 9. We have a couple of big matches coming up this week. For EC Defiance and Los Verdes, it's a chance for them to show that their improvement is not in vain. For them, this is a chance to show that they are the real deal and that they are no pushovers. And for them, it's a chance to show each other that they are better than they've ever been, and to show their opponents that they are the better team. This is a matchup for pride. It's a matchup for both of these teams and their players to show that they are the real deal. I see Caesar hanging around. Thank you for hanging out with us, Caesar. Good to have you still with us. Kiwi coming in. We were talking about Souls games because he's playing Elden Ring Night Rain. Welcome on in, Kiwi. And thank you for the Prime sub as well, by the way. Much appreciated. And we have Bot Arglis coming in as well. Welcome on in. Don't know if you're going to make an appearance tonight, but you will be around for sure. And we all know that. We hope you enjoy the matchup tonight. Now, we have 8 minutes until kickoff, waiting for both teams to get in. Let's dive into the preview. Now, you look at this, and you're thinking, wow, look at the disparity, just based off of the first 2 rows. I mean, EC Defiance have been more consistent with the results, above 500 in the game record as well. Los Verdes, on the other hand, losing more often than not, but they've still done better than last season when they would barely get a few games in, and where they'd barely get like a matchup victory. Now they have 2 matchups won. They have a better game record, closer to 500. But if you look past all that, you'll see that these 2 sides are incredibly evenly matched. I mean, incredibly evenly matched. Both sides have goal threats. Both sides like to take their chances. They like to take their shots. Both sides also love to pass the ball. They are not, looking to capitalize on purely on opposition errors. They're not just about solo plays. They also like to have their team play going. And both are good at getting saves on the goal line. The only difference is Los Verdes concede a little bit more than EC Defiance. And that, in the end, has been the difference for Los Verdes this season. This season, they have played much better. Their problem has been they've conceded goals that they probably shouldn't have. And they can tell you that themselves as well if you were to talk to them about how their season has gone. And that's the thing with Los Verdes. They've had better players come in. They've had Elite Stroker come in who's looked really good. Triga, continuing from last season, has looked pretty good as well. Palace and Devin both getting better and more consistent. But at the start of the season, they were a bit up and down. Bit inconsistent. EC Defiance, on the other hand, has been anything but. They have been more consistent. They have been progressing, getting better slowly as the season has gone by. And they are one of the teams to look out for. Not just for this season, but also for next season. Bird Nana and Nose cracking into the championship rank in their ranked playlists. And Parks turning up, showcasing his ability. Green Mario also getting better and better. Do not be surprised if this EC Defiance team starts to challenge for the championship title next season. Likewise for Los Verdes, if they keep improving and they keep getting better. Heck, if Devin keeps playing and keeps improving, if Stroker keeps playing and keeps improving, if Palace keeps playing and improving, do not be surprised if these teams, if these players and Los Verdes end up in the top tier, should we have 2 tiers still remaining. I think that's a good time to preview Los Verdes in particular. I see a Playboy Party appearance right here. And Devin, listen, you rinse me and you roast me about that term when I played it last week. But you're using it right now in chat, bro. Take your words back. I know you enjoy that. Don't tell me. No. Chat is not fine. Because if anyone else would try and start that in chat, you'd be saying the same thing in commentary. Don't do that to me. But speaking of Bumbleclap, Palace right here looking really good, especially defensively, being their last line of defense for the most part. 44 saves, and he has been a critical player for them in that sense. But as much work as he does on the defensive end, on the offensive end, he does a whole lot as well. Getting 34 goals out of 88 shots. I mean, this dude does a lot of good work for Los Verdes. And sometimes, you see him play, you're thinking, why do we not see him at his very best? I mean, this is a guy who's up in champ, who has gotten grand champ as well one time. Circumstances notwithstanding, for those of you who know. But this is a guy who has been the catalyst for someone like Devin to really thrive and improve his game, and for Elite Stroker to come in to his very first SGL season and get better and better for someone who has not played the game as much until he came into SGL. So Palace is the critical player for them. You take him out of this team, and this is not the same Los Verdes. But you know what? With how much better Devin has been getting, I feel like we could say the same thing about him. We could say that he is now going to become a key cog in this lineup as well. And if you put Palace and Devin together with one of Trigga or Elite Stroker, this Los Verdes team is one to watch out for. And EC Defiance have a very difficult test ahead. Starting in a few minutes, because kickoff is coming very soon. Devin in chat saying, honestly really impressed with the shooting percentages for pretty much every player. Feels like we all improved the quality chances. I absolutely agree. It's not just Los Verdes. We're going to be going into EC Defiance in a bit, but also Steel Army's gone better. BNG Old Timers have had a couple of returnees in Saikugo and Christian. They have been on top of their game when it comes to shooting accuracy. Of course, Arglis, 100% shooting accuracy in, 2 games. Big round of applause for that. But he has not played enough to really show his true shooting consistency. Now, pay attention to that demo step, because Devin is topping it. Palace is kind of following along. No one else has really shown that much aggression. All right? We're going to switch over to EC Defiance. Now look at the right side. Bird Nana leading the way with 54 demos, chat. Insane. Absolutely insane. And then following along, you have Nose and Parks with 26 and 21 demos each. Green Mario in double figures. That is a stark contrast to what you see with Los Verdes. This team has way more synergy about them than they've had before. Debit mentioning TAM player Bird. Absolutely, he's been really good. We're going to showcase Bird in a little bit. But just talk about the team synergy and the team chemistry. Los Verdes has been building that up, but EC Defiance has had it since day one in SGL this season. And you can see that with the goal distribution, with the assist distribution, and the demos. Every player plays a part in every phase of play, right? With that said, Bird Nana is the standout. This guy, he has gone so much better, Bird Nana, that he has brought EC Defiance up to a whole other level. Almost 50% shooting accuracy. 26 goals and 55 shots is absolutely mind-blowing. Bird Nana doesn't take too many shots. Remember, Palace had 88 shots, but when he takes his shots, he makes them count. He is very good about picking his spots and taking his chances. Whereas Parks has 22 goals and 66. Way more attack-minded, way more willing to take shots whenever he can. But Bird Nana picks his moments, and he does well with them. He also has a lot of saves. Defensively, he's been incredible. Most assists as well. This guy, I'm not going to say he's been the team, because the team has been incredible. But he has been the most important player in this EC Defiance side. With that said, do not discount Parks, Green Mario, and Nose. All of them have showcased their ability, especially Nose always knows. If you guys have been watching the podcast for the past couple of weeks, we would have seen a couple of insane highlight reel plays from Knows Always Knows, a double tap 2 weeks ago, a solo dribble last week. And folks, even if he's not getting involved in the goal highlights, he is showcasing his individual ability. His dribbling has gone miles better. His decision making has gone so much better. His defending has gone better. This dude has gone good enough to crack into champ this season. That's how much better Nose has gone. And before I keep talking about Bird Nana Nose, I do want to give a shout out to Parks, because Parks has been there. He's been around. He has showcased a lot of his individual ability as well. And he's been that wild card in this EC Defiance side, kind of like Raisin Boy has been for Steel Army. Catching up on chat real quick. Debit saying, honest MVP candidate for the non-Christians out there. Out of context phrase. Yeah, I get it. Christian, yeah, he's pretty much the standout MVP. But if you want to talk about people who are in contention, Palace is one and Bird Nana is another, for sure. Absolutely. And yeah, Bird Nana is probably second in my list as well. Last but not least, Green Mario, folks. I mean, this dude is getting better and better as well. He hasn't played as much as Parks, Bird Nana, and Bird Nana, but when he has appeared, he's gone way better defensively. His shooting has gone much better as well. His mechs is still getting better. It's still not there yet, necessarily, where Bird and Nose are, but he is getting there. And I would not be surprised if he also gets good enough to crack into chat next season. Same as Parks. I mean, they all have that potential because they've shown it. They're a really good team with incredible chemistry. And this is going to be a really tough matchup for both sides. And I say this because Los Verdes, with Palace, Devin, and one of Stroker and Trigga, they are a serious team. And they are showcasing that synergy that they probably should have had at the start of the season. But you know what? Better late than never. Chat, we are about ready to go. We are almost set. Both teams are in. We just need to get both of these teams into their respective teams, and we will be kicking off very soon. And for those of you who are here, drop your predictions in real quick. As both teams enter into Man Field, we are going to kick off very, very soon, just waiting for that countdown to commence. Well, we cannot start yet because one of the players has yet to join. And we are going to exit out in a little bit. Apologies for that. I thought we'd have everyone in on time, but nope. One of the players decided he was not going to be around. I say decided. Unfortunately, wasn't around. Just going to wait on that final player to tell us when they're ready to go. You know what? This gives me a time to set up a prediction real quick. Because, I see Christian putting it in the chat. 3-1 to EC Defiance. Debit saying 3-2 to ECD. Arone trolling. And Argla saying the green team wins in 5. You know what? I'm kind of on the same boat as well. I just don't know which green team myself. You have 2 minutes to predict, chat. Go on ahead, submit your predictions, and we will be kicking off very soon. I'm not sure. Soccer Rashane, aka Nose, asking what time does Defiance play? What time does Defiance play? Defiance plays right about now. We're just waiting for both teams to enter into the lobby and get started. Bear with us as that gets set up. We were supposed to have both teams in, but one of the players was missing for Los Verdes. We should be back now. Hopefully we don't have any crashes or unfortunate game moments, because Rocket League has been a bit troll recently. You know, it's not as stable as it used to be, unfortunately, but we are about good to go right now. Let's see both teams join. And we are going to kick off very soon in Manfield. All right, both teams are entering on in right about now. And we are getting set to kick off. Here we go. Game 1 between Los Verdes and EC Defiance in Manfield. Getting it out of the midfield, bringing it to the opposite end. Could not get the second touch out off the corner. Parks, though, trying to play a pass out to nobody. Double commit. Trigger takes charge. Bird looking awkward. Trigger trying to get it over Parks as well, who reads that well. Now the ball finally gets cleared out. Trigger trying to keep it up in the midfield, but bounces all the way back. He's in trouble. He gets out right on time. Denies Bird Nana his goal. And now it's Nose's turn to bring it out into the midfield. Nice 2 touches right there. Devin bumping him away. House just spawned right in. This is a chance for EC Defiance, but they're not taking the chance. They're playing it a bit safer. And this allows Los Verdes to take charge in the midfield. House now hitting it to the opposite end. Towards Parks. Ooh, Trigger could have had the first proper chance for Los Verdes, but he couldn't capitalize. And now Devin takes over on the left corner, bringing it out. Fakes. Loses control. He's going for a bump. Powell's taking over. Powell shot to the near post. Off target. EC Defiance get away with it, but not for long. Devin taking control again. Good defending there by Parks. Good read. Powell's beating Bird. And Nose gets it out. EC Defiance having to do some hard defending right there to make sure they don't concede the first goal. So far, so good from them. They are settled and they're ready to go now. Opposite end. Trigger bringing it out into the midfield. Oh, this ball is loose. Nose takes over. Palace clears it out. A lot of loose touches at the moment. No one's really trying to keep it close for the most part. Devin going for a center. Going for a bump. Bird dodges and gets it out of the way. Towards Parks, who has little boost. That, unfortunately, is not enough to create a good opportunity. And now Palace, low boost himself. Leaves the ball. Tries to bump. Has to go back now because Devin's out of position. But he gets the clutch demo, and he should be able to take control. But Nose is making his job difficult right now. As the ball goes into the opposite corner. Chance right here for Los Verdes. Bird at the right place in the near post. Keeping it close. Baiting out of 50, but the 50 works in Los Verdes' favor. House shot off target. Trigger doesn't get much out right there. Now Devin brings it out. Keeping this pressure up. He needs to get a shot on target. He, however, plays it across the goal. Gets the second corner boost. This is a chance for Los Verdes to pin the team back, but Devin makes a fatal error, and EC Defiance gets the first goal. No credited based off this final touch back there, but it's all on Devin getting that unfortunate own goal. This is not the start Los Verdes needed. Looking like the better side throughout. Oh, Palace trying to make up for it. Getting a powerful shot towards the middle, but EC Defiance with a clutch save courtesy of Bird Nana. Not over yet, though. Devin with 0 boost, beating Parks. In towards the near post. Trigger, equalizer. And just like that, Los Verdes finally make their chances count. Devin towards Bird. Making sure he cannot get an early jump right there. And Trigger at the right place to get a powerful shot into the near post. Devin doing the good work. Trigger finishing it off. We're back on level terms. And now, Los Verdes has a chance to get a second. Devin just couldn't get the control in his car. Going back for a second shot. Nose right on time to get it out of the way. Bing bong. Vandersnatch shouting out Shane, aka Nose. Nose with the shot. Nose gets the second for EC Defiance. Nose turning up at the right time just as Los Verdes were sitting back. Low boost for Trigger. Nothing for Palace. They were not ready for that. team bump, unfortunate moment, and Easy Defiance gets the lead at the perfect time. Now when it comes to SGL, you have to capitalize on the opposition errors, and Easy Defiance have been able to do that so far. Los Verdes now need to regain their composure. They've talked a whole lot about how much better they're getting, how much they've been looking forward to this matchup. As the clock ticks down towards the final minute, Trigger and co need to make this count. Ball's loose yet again. That's not how you start to create good chances. When you play it loose like that, Easy Defiance are going to make sure that they will capitalize and take control. And now the ball's hanging in at the blue end. Trigger finally brings it out. No boost to challenge Nose right there, who gets it out of the way. Devin now setting up for a slow play, but gets demoed for his trouble. Palace turning back, needs to respect this from Bert. Ball's loose in the middle. Bert going for the demo. No one there to follow up, and Devin brings it out to the other end. Good defending yet again, disrupting Devin's solo play. Trigger having to make that touch to get that ball away from the goal. Devin losing out in the 50. Great work yet again. Good defending. Palace towards Nose. Off target. Will we see a second chance? No. Devin, heavy touch. Plays it to Parks and brings it out to the midfield. And who can waste a lot more time by lofting it up to the corner. Ooh, Nose should have had a shot right there. Instead, passes it out to Bird. Bird to Parks. Parks cannot get the shot on target. Last chance. They keep the ball up. Devin, by some miracle, keeps it up. Back towards the middle. Palace gets challenged, and the game goes to Easy Defiance. In what felt like a very close matchup, Easy Defiance take the initiative. They get game one. Whew! That was tense. And you could notice that Los Verdes were feeling the tension right here. Now, chat, as a reminder, this is a league matchup, which means we will be going 5 games only. No more best of 7s here. We'll be seeing that in the cup next week for the championship cup, at least. But yeah, best of 5, which means every game counts. You have to capitalize on every moment and every opportunity. As you can see right there, Parks didn't really play a big part in terms of points. But when it came to defending, especially in the back line in the midfield, he came up with some clutch clearances. As for Los Verdes, Devin wanted to take the initiative and take over. But a lot of Los Verdes' touches were heavy. We'll see if that changes in game 2. Will they try and keep a closer control? Will they try and go for quicker play, take more chances, push their players up to get that initiative? To get that first goal? We shall see as we kick off game 2 in Forbidden Tempo. Ooh, bump again on Devin. Story of game 1 so far. Alex going for a challenge right there. Good touch by Green Mario, who's coming in for Parks. Now, Green Mario often does come off the bench when Parks and co are all available. But there have often been times when Green Mars also had to start. Hold the phone though! Nose turning up yet again, showcasing his solo play. Ball loose in the midfield, no one challenging him. And honestly, at this stage, if you're giving Nose all that time and space, you are gonna get punished. Devin hanging back, couldn't really put up a strong save right there. Nose gets the lead for Easy Defiance, 1-0. Trigger now brings it out. 0 boost, gets a nice 50. Devin following it up. Ball loose in the middle. Balance, perfect placement, equalizer. Folks, Easy Defiance didn't have to wait long. I said Easy Defiance. Los Verdes didn't have to wait long to get back into this game. They finally got their goal back. And honestly, when you concede an early goal, you got to get an early goal as well. Los Verdes back in it, 1-1. Buppy in chat asking for Stroker to come in. We shall see. Not sure if he'll be around tonight. And I'm only saying this because I thought he'd be coming in for Trigger in this game too, but Los Verdes is sticking with their trio right here. Speaking of Trigger, bring it out to the midfield. Good challenge by Green Mario. Easy Defiance has been really good with their challenges so far in this matchup, and not just in this matchup, but also in this season. Alice with the first solo dribble. Loose touch, gives it to Bird, but Trigger follows up. Alice going for bumps. A second touch from Trigger, puts it up into the midfield. Zero boost for both Los Verdes players in Devin and Palace. Now they finally get to boost. They have to make this count. Everyone in high boost for Los Verdes. And you'd have thought they'd have done better with that, but they just try to go for a quick pass out of the backboard. Didn't really work out. Easy Defiance were ready for that. But once again, Easy Defiance is set. Oh, but Palace going in. Solo shot going for a dunk. Nose gets it out to the left flank towards Devin, who's trying to get a second touch. Without the boost, he couldn't really follow up. Oh my God, Nose gets away with it. Not over yet. Devin gets the second for Los Verdes. Huge stroke of luck for Los Verdes right there. And they somehow get the lead. To be fair, in game one, Devin did get the own goal. And here, whether Defiance liked it or not, they kind of made it up to Los Verdes. Nose playing it towards Devin, who couldn't get this first touch on target, but gets the second touch off of the post into the back of the net. Los Verdes take the lead now. We shall see if they keep this up. But Easy Defiance have been getting better and better. They have a chance to get the equalizer. Getting it off target. Unfortunate whip by Green Mario. Palace getting demoed after beating one. And Bird now takes control, but plays it right to Palace, who tries to play to the far post. Bird with a decent save. Ooh, Devin, can he get the second touch? Trigger has to follow up. Palace backs off. But Los Verdes keep up the pressure. Caesar praising Devin, saying, Devin, him. Devin coming in as well, saying, dude, if Devin got that double, I know that would have been goal of the week already. But it's not over yet. Los Verdes keeping up the pressure. Easy Defiance are paying back. Devin taking the chance right there. Trigger following it up, letting that ball go towards the near post. Oh, this is a good opportunity. Palace disrupting the Defiance back line. But Devin goes all the way back to get the big boost, and that allows Defiance to come up. Can they take control of the midfield now? They cannot. Nose all the way back, playing it out to the side. Ball's loose though. Devin using whatever he can to play it straight into the middle. Oh, good shot attempt right there, but off target. Should have done better because Palace was tracking back. Not sure if he was going to get back on time. Off the post. Green Mario off the post again. Bird cannot get it on target because he's been challenged. Second challenge from Devin. And Los Verdes get away with it. Tick down to the final minute. Green Mario shot attempt. Big save there by Devin. Right place at the right time. And now Easy Defiance, they need to get their boost back. They need to keep that pressure up. Los Verdes also kind of looking boost-starved. They have to go back. They concede the midfield. They got demoed. And Green Mario gets the equalizer. Perfectly drawn out by Defiance. Ooh, Palace in no man's land right there. Ooh, that's gotta suck for him. He's probably not gonna be happy about that himself. And Trigger, when you're staying in goal like that, you're gonna have to expect a demo. And honestly, I expected Los Verdes to get the third. Palace, with the goal at his mercy, could not get it on target. Easy Defiance dealing with the follow-up as well. 30 seconds remaining. Palace and Los Verdes are growing into this. They have the best shot at getting the winner. East Defiance need to hold on to take this to overtime. Ooh, big 50, straight into the middle. Devin letting it go. All East Defiance at the back. Ball's loose. Devin trying to go for a shot. Misses. Ripped by Nose. They're allowing Trigger to get this touch in. And now Palace off the corner. So has a boost for a follow-up. But he misses. And folks, we are very likely going to go to overtime. Unless, no, we are not going to see the ball step. We are going into overtime in game 2. Caesar calling off Palace in the chat right there. We'll see. Game 2 still going. He might get the game winner or not. Who knows? Speaking of Palace, trying to take control. Brings out the 50. Ball gets out wide. Nose taking control. Good first touch. Good second touch into the middle. Palace clears it out. Trigger needs the boost to follow this up, but he's just going to go get the corner boost. Bird, though, has control. Early shot. Straightforward for Palace. And Green Mario keeps up the pressure. Nice touch. That's what you're supposed to do when you have the time. Take that touch. Bring the ball out into the midfield. Devin and Trigger mixed up. Wires crossed. They're in a bit of trouble now. But Palace once again at the back. And so far, he has been the critical player for Los Verdes. We're mentioning his name a whole lot when it comes to key moments. But now, critical moments for Palace. How about a critical moment for Bird right there? Soft touch. Green Mario at the right place at the right time. The 50 on Trigger at the ground. Forcing that ball into the back of the net. EC Defiance are 2-0 up in this match. All the big talk after the cup match. All the confidence from Los Verdes in that matchup. Beating this same EC Defiance team 4-1. And now they're down 2-0 in this matchup. EC Defiance already odd match point. Los Verdes, man, they should have won this game. I'm going to be straight up with all y'all. They should have won this game. But they did not take their chances when they came at the end. EC Defiance defended very well. And they made it count at the end of the day. Green Mario with a huge performance right there. Big 2 goals. 2 saves as well. Nose with 4 saves himself. That was a great defensive performance by EC Defiance despite conceding 2. But at the end of the day, what matters is the scoreline. EC Defiance won 3-2. We are now going to be heading into DFH Stadium very soon. We shall see if there are any more subs coming in for both sides. We're not waiting. We are jumping right in. And here we go. As you can see, Los Verdes have made a sub. Stroker coming in for Trigger. EC Defiance sticking with the same lineup. They like Green Mario in there right now. And they want to get this sweep to send a message out to SGL that they are absolutely the real deal and that they should be taken seriously. Caesar with the prime sub. Thank you very much, Caesar. Much appreciated. Enjoy your ad-free SGL viewing. With that said, we don't really play ads in the middle of the stream, but if you do load into the stream at the start, there are pre-roll ads. And we only do this to avoid having to play ads in the middle of the stream. Rowan asking, why does Stroker hate me? I don't know, you ask him. You know him better than I do. So far, this has been a bit of an even affair in this game 3. Defiance hanging back a bit, trying to draw out Los Verdes. We've had a decent spell in that orange half, but haven't really been able to create a good opportunity. Now Nose trying to get a second touch right there. Couldn't. Misses the corner boost. He has to collect the small pads now to get his boost back up. Ooh, nice challenge there by Palace. Ball's in the middle. Someone needs to commit to that instead of giving a free clearance to EC Defiance. A free shot to Nose. He cannot get that on target. Los Verdes have not learned their lessons from the first couple of games. If you give this EC Defiance time to build up, they will pin you back. Bird beating 2. Bird going for a shot off target yet again. Unlucky. He's played so well, but he hasn't had enough shots on target. Green Mario now going for his own. Good position there by Bird in the midfield. Now letting Nose take over. This ball's going towards the net. Palace with a clutch save gets it out of the way. And you know whose name we haven't really mentioned much? Stroker. He's come in, and he's yet to really get involved. This has been Devin and Palace so far. Again, those two are getting involved to create a chance. Stroker with a shot on goal. Off target. EC Defiance were ready to see that off anyways. Nice 50. Palace taking over in the midfield. Off the post. Shot towards the net. In towards the middle. Nana could not react on time due to his pre-jump. And Los Verdes take the lead. 1-0. Debit, you did it, not me. Don't tempt me, chat. Do not tempt me if House does it again. Listen, I'm in this commentary booth by myself. I have all the power. I can do whatever I want when it comes to... you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, Los Verdes with a good start, like they did in Game 2. But what matters is they can keep this lead. If they can keep control of the midfield, because so far they have given up the midfield a bit too easily when the going has gotten tough. So far, so good though. House into the middle. Big challenge there by Nose. Getting it out of the way as Devin and Stroker were coming in, trying to get that second goal. House once again towards the opposite end. House once again playing it to Devin. Shot on net. Good save. But it's not over yet. That save did not work out for Defiance. That ball was still creeping into the back of the net. Unfortunate for Green Mario. Nose trying to power slide back into that. And Los Verdes take a 2-0 lead. With 2 minutes on the clock, this has gone really well for them. They have a chance to get 1 point, 1 game back into this. With EC Defiance on match point, they look like they're in a really comfortable position, but Los Verdes are getting back into this. So far, ball hanging in the midfield. Stroker slowing down, taking first touch. Awkward bounce. No one really challenging. Devin then tries to take over with little to no boost. And it gives the ball to Defiance. Ooh, that whip from Bird 9 is not going to be good, but no. Oh my god, another whip. And there's the open net. And somehow that ball does not go in. And what a save by Nose to deny to deny Los Verdes their third goal. That might be the turning point with about a minute to go. Devin to Pals. Pals misses. Devin gets the second touch towards the net. Now 1v1. Nose versus Stroker. Stroker defending really well, not getting baited out, not looking for a jump. Palace out of the goal, clearing it out to the midfield, and now to the opposite end towards Stroker, who gets a nice first touch. Not really enough power to challenge and trouble EC Defiance. Do a good job of defending this, and they get it out. Now entering the final 30 seconds. Ball off the backboard. EC Defiance need to make this count. Open again. Off target. Palace. Pass to Devin. Devin. Oh, what a save. That ball was just dipping underneath the crossbar. Green Mario with a clutch save. It's not over yet for EC Defiance. They still need to hold on. With the clock going into the final 10 seconds, they need to get a shot now. They need to get a goal right now. But it's EC Defiance who are pinned back. Los Verdes keeping up the pressure. And now their time-wasting tactic comes into play as we tick down to the final second. Devin finally puts the dagger into EC Defiance's back for this Game 3. And there you go, chat. Los Verdes 3-0 up, getting a game back. They needed this, and they have it. Now that they've gotten that hoodoo out of the way, now that they've gotten their shooting struggles out of the way, can they make it count in this critical Game 4 in Forbidden Temple? Feels like now or never for this Los Verdes side. As for EC Defiance, they were struggling in this game. Los Verdes really ramped up the pressure. They found their shooting boots finally, and they did a good job of taking control of the midfield. We shall see if Los Verdes can keep this up, or will EC Defiance have a response? Knowing EC Defiance, though, I think this will be a good chance for them to reset their mentals and just get back into this matchup with Game 4 kicking off very soon. Toad Death saying a sweep would have been too disrespectful. Depends on who you ask. I'd say a sweep would have been deserved because EC Defiance have been playing amazingly. But this match is not over yet. Both sides are in already. No one wants to wait. Everyone's just get started immediately. And here we go, kicking off game 4. EC Defiance still in match point. Los Verdes with 1 point already sealed. Can they get a second? Can they take us to game 5? Or will EC Defiance get their win? Speaking of EC Defiance, Parks comes back in, this time for Bird Nana. So they have decided to rotate now. And we'll see if this works out for them. Los Verdes sticking with the same lineup. Shot off target from Stroker. Now Green Mario brings it out. Getting challenged instantly. No time for Defiance to really build anything up right now. And they're pinned back. Allowing Devin to get the first touch. Trying to go for the second. Good touch right there. And Parks now brings it out. Devin keeping it in the midfield. Green Mario has the time to get a good second touch, but he whiffs. Parks though is able to bring it out to the corner. Bumping Devin out of the way. Loose touch towards Paus though. He can now take over with a decent amount of boost. Beats 1. Still has a decent amount to get the second touch. He does. Big 50. Stroker gets beaten. Parks has a chance. Oh, he overshoots the ball. Was this it? Nose gets the initiative. Nose gets the first goal in this critical game 4. Parks overshoots, but Los Verdes were not able to get back in time. And Nose always knows finally gets in. And you know who else has finally come in? My commentary partner. Please welcome Luis back from his scrim. Luis, how you doing, my man? Yeah, and I apologize for not noticing you earlier. I've just been too invested. And that's Parks getting the second! And it's all going wrong for Los Verdes! Oh, absolutely. You know, that game 3 felt like a blip. And it absolutely does look like a blip right now because this EC Defiance team are back at their best. Doing it all without Bird Nana as well, Luis, which makes this even more impressive. But this goes to show you how good this whole team is. Parks coming in and making sure that they don't miss Bird Nana one bit. As Devin gets a shot on target and brings Los Verdes back into this. Also, no one could hear you until now. So sorry about that, Luis.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Missed a little bit of decent insight, but you know what? It's fine. Was it for too long? As we're in this game 5. 21 viewers with us, Luis, watching this incredible matchup so far as EC Defiance could have had a third. They still have a shot, though. But Devin gets it out of the way. Luis, are you surprised with how much Los Verdes has struggled and how good EC Defiance has looked here?
Yeah, but I think more pressing matters here, Maz, is Parks is struggling. I think it might be the Xbox servers. They're hitting him again, so hopefully that doesn't bode too bad for ECD. I wonder if Los Verdes is going to score. And they almost, but Nose is there, Maz, and Nose saves the day.
How is it that you get into that great 1v1 position as Palace and you still don't get a shot on target? That is shocking. Maybe he realized what was going on, to be fair. Maybe? I hope. But Parks is back in. We are back. Normal service resumes. And we'll see if Los Verdes can get back into this. It's still 2-1 to Defiance as we enter the final 2 minutes. And Luis, Los Verdes have it all to do right here. But EC Defiance just don't look phased. They look really comfortable right now.
Yeah, it must be said on that 2v3, it legitimately looked like Palace was trying to score, so kudos to Nose. He's been tremendous, and he finds the 3rd goal of the game. Nose doing everything for his team on offense and defense.
And not gonna lie, that is what seems to be the dagger in this matchup. I'm calling it early right here because this EC Defiance team just looks so dominant right now. They look so comfortable. Great pass yet again. Nose at the right place at the right time once again. Los Verdes look flustered. I feel like they need a goal right now from Devin. Ooh, good dish right there. No one there to finish it off, though. And that has been the difference at the end of the day. When they've had those passing moments, Luis, Los Verdes just have no one to really capitalize on them.
Yeah, they need a goal here. 60 seconds, Mavs. This series is going in favor of ECD. Do they have 2 goals in them? It really looks like they don't. It must be said, Maz, but anything's possible in SGL.
Oh my god.
Oh, yo!
What? How do you miss that as well? With less than 45 seconds to go, EC Defiance have gone away with it yet again. All thanks to Los Verdes misfiring. Final 30 seconds. Shoker off the backboard. Devin off target. Open net. Someone put it on target. No way.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Los Verdes just, they don't want to score. ECD's given them so many chances here. They have to score here if they want to have a chance at winning this game in this series. But no, ECD are going to survive, Maz, and they take it in 4 games.
Well-deserved EC Defiance, worthy winners. Los Verdes tried, but they got back into their bad habits, unfortunately. Oh my god, the misses, the whiffs, the misplaced passes, but no one being there yet again. I thought we saw a brand new Los Verdes coming here, but this feels like the same old, Luis.
Yeah, and it must be said at the end there, Maz. I mean, there was a few sells in terms of shots for Los Verdes. I mean, yeah, but what a series. I mean, ECD responding. I mean, we spoke about it on the podcast. They took an L in the cup and they come back in the league and get their revenge. So, we can speak about Los Verdes all day and night, but I mean, shout out ECD, man. Getting it done here after losing that cup series last week and kind of showing to the rest of the league, hey, like, we're still the 3rd best team in the SGL championship.
Big time. Shout out EC Defiance. I mean, if this is not a complete EC Defiance performance, I don't know what is. They've won that game 4 without Bird. They didn't miss him one bit. That is arguably Los Verdes' strongest lineup there, Luis. And they were second bested by an EC Defiance lineup without their best player.
Without their best player
incredible.
and they were playing 2v3 Mavs for like 30 seconds. So,
yeah.
I mean, they had it all in that game. And, you see the lovely stats on your screen here. I mean, it's 3 saves in favor of ECD and 3 or 4 more posts as well. So, yeah, shout out them, man. I mean, if you can have the confidence to arguably sit your best player, Maz, I mean, that shows a real team cohesion on that ECD side, and yeah, it shows with the series result.
I'd love to know what the thoughts are of these ECD players, so hopefully you get that interview sorted out soon. But man, what a crazy end to that game 4 as well. I honestly expected a goal back. To see them not get more than 1 goal in that game, Luis, is an absolute shocker, and I don't know how you feel about that, but I expected more, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it on the podcast. Every time I'm on stream recently, I've been trying to talk about this Los Verdes side. I mean, they had been in the upward trajectory, it must be said. And I mean, this series, from the glimpses that I got to catch of games 1 and 2 and having watched all of game 3 and 4, I mean, I expected a little bit more from Los Verdes. I mean, that's just not how they've been performing of late. And yeah, I mean, it just, we can't have Palace dropping 150 here for their team to win against such a good ECD side. So, shout out Nose, man. Nose had just an unbelievable game number 4, Maz. He had that save, and then he goes down the other end and scores for his team. So yeah, Nose the MVP for me of this series. So, yeah, shout out Nose. I mean, he always knows.
Absolutely, Nose has been probably the most improved player in SGL this season. But you know what? Now is the time for us to ask Bird Nana about Nose and the rest of EC Defiance. Bird, incredible performance from all you. Well done. What a response to last week as well. How are you guys feeling?
Yes. Very happy. We had a little bit of a revenge going into that. We knew last week was something that was just not going to sit well with us, so we had to finish through with that.
Big time. And I've been curious about Nose right here in particular because he really stood out with his gameplay tonight. How did he prepare
Yeah.
for this?
You know, he's been grinding all week. He reached Champ 2 just the other day, so he's just been really pushing, practicing at everything, and he's just, yeah, putting in the time. Without the team or with the team, he's always letting us know when he's ready to play. So I don't know. Maybe he talks to Smashley behind the lines. I'm not sure.
I mean, my question to you, Bird, is you sat yourself in that game number 4, man. Like, talk about that, because, like, Los Verdes win game 3. They might have some momentum coming back, and you have the confidence in your teammates there to sit game 4 and get it done.
Definitely, yeah. I noticed I was pushing a little too much, over chasing in that last game. I was getting to my head, and I was confident in my teammates. Always am. They were playing a lot earlier. They all had to day off, and they were just chilling earlier this afternoon, getting in the groove with each other. So I 100% trust all the time, and they really showed that. Even with the disconnect from Parks coming back in, super sub getting the assist shortly after, like they pulled through.
Yeah, and they got to sort out the Xbox stuff, man. I mean, that's ridiculous. It feels like every private match. I don't know if it happens to them in rank too, but like that that has to get sorted out eventually, surely.
I'm sorry, my mic unplugged. What did you ask me?
Oh no, just the Xbox servers. I mean, that has to get
Yeah.
figured out. It feels like every private match
Yeah.
that you go into, if you're an Xbox player, you're just completely screwed for at least 30 seconds of every game.
Yeah.
So.
Thankfully, they were talking about it earlier. I said knock on wood, like don't talk about it. That's not gonna happen. It only happened the one time, which is a lot better compared to last week with the multiple and just one match throughout the series. But yeah, they really got to figure it out. I'm not sure what's going down, but it's getting kind of annoying. Annoying enough to like invest into a laptop or something.
Yeah, for real. I'll pitch in $20 for the Parks laptop, man. You got to get that up and running. But
Parks gets a laptop, he's Grand Champ in a week.
Would not be surprised by that. A lot of players who get into PC after playing Rocket League on console do get instantly better. So,
yep.
you know, and speaking of getting better, I mean, talk about your reflections on this whole season. You guys may have gotten knocked out of the cup in the lower semifinals, but overall, you guys are pretty much locked up third place with this victory. How do you feel about how you guys have progressed this season?
Yeah, I feel really good. It's nice to have a league where there's a more even playing field throughout, where we can actually get those series wins, feel good and happy about how just the league is going for ourselves and everybody else. So great there. Obviously, kind of sad about not getting any points off of Steel Army, but we still got black and gold that we can get some points off of. And even though we probably won't skip into second or first with that, just knowing that we got points off them, a series win, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and you still have a chance to play spoiler there as well. And we look forward to seeing that in match day 10. But for now, having reflected on your overall season as a team, how about reflecting on your own individual performances as well as those of your teammates? Have you been surprised at any point at how much better you've all gone?
Surprised? No. I think it's expected with how much we play with each other, with just how long we've been playing with each other now, just the constant uphill climb towards in our rank and just not natural, just conscious thoughts while we play. It's always improving. And, we're in a good server filled with lots of people who are always trying to throw out helpful hints and like camera settings and all this other stuff, help us get better all the time. And that goes a long way too. So shout out the entire just EC server.
There you go. Absolutely. It is not just a team effort, but a community effort after all, right there. And you know what? Everyone has the potential to get better. Some people find different ways to realize it. And you guys have definitely found your way of realizing your potential.
Definitely, yeah.
So, Luis, anything else you want to ask?
No, just comments. I mean, just congratulations. Just the team difference in terms of gameplay from last season to this season has been just so awesome to watch. And yeah, just glad that you guys stuck through it. You know, it's like really easy to just kind of like go into a bad mental place given how last season went. But you guys have just come out here and just put on a show. And yeah, so just congrats. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it.
So there you go.
Alrighty, chat. That is, of course, Bird Nana of ECD. We always love when Bird comes on. I did see a few ASMR comments in the chat, which I thought was quite funny, um, with Bird's mic. But yeah, oof, yeah. I mean, listen, we need a club World Cup, of SGL. I'm absolutely down. Soccer with Shane. I'm absolutely down. Um, if we can get an SGL land going, I'm there. Let me know. I'm there.
Yeah, I feel like, we're getting to a point where it might be worth setting up an SGL LAN potentially. I say this because we've been doing this for a while. We've laid the foundations. I think a good next step might be like a one-off LAN event. Bring people in, get some games in, see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally down.
Well, for now, we do have a second interview coming up very shortly. Actually, right about now, because Palace has joined us in the commentary booth to give us his thoughts on that matchup. Palace, we'll get into the chat talk later. First of all, not a good result for all you guys. So what happened? Because it felt like the old Los Verdes was starting to creep up once again.
We felt confident. I would like to say, first off, I want to give a shout out to my players, starting with Trig, because when I asked, all right, who's starting? Well, actually, first off, it starts when we were warming up. Trig was like, man, I've been feeling real good this week, because last few weeks he said he hadn't been shooting too well, and then he said this week every time he got on the game, he's been feeling awesome, shooting better. And so when I was like, all right, me, Devin, and Trig goes, all right, it's me. And so I was like, all right, I love that confidence. I felt in those first few games we were pretty unlucky, especially the second one. The second one was just we were one lucky bounce away from winning that. But the ball doesn't always roll your way, and yeah, that one didn't end up going our way. But no, I mean, credit to everybody. I mean, they didn't give up. James Stroker, sorry, I use the government name. He was ready to come in, and he was excited to play. And so, yeah, I mean, game 3, we came out, we felt that we got the result that we deserved in the previous 2. But the last one, I mean, it's just lapses in communication, stuff like that. In a game like this where it's very, very intense, right? Y'all saw it last week. They're very bump heavy, they're very boost starved, but the whole lobby is still going fast, to kind of cope with that. And so in a lobby like that, one mistake or you land 1 centimeter out of line, then ball's in your net. That's just how it is. And so yeah, the ball just didn't roll our way in the first 2 games, but I feel that very easily could have been a different series with a couple different bounces. But credit to EC. I mean, I saw Nose warming up with Toe Death like 30, 45 minutes before the game. And before any of y'all deny it, I can see y'all on my friends list. So when I see these two's names next to each other in a private and it says Nose is up 2-0 and Toe Death is in a private down 2-0, I can read between the lines. So I knew this was going to be a battle from the start. But yeah, Nose played out of his ever-loving mind. I'm trying not to cuss. But he played out of his mind today. So huge shout out to him. And yeah, Bird Nana being the nuisance that he normally is. Parks, Green Mario really stepped up their game as well. So yeah, huge shout out to that whole team.
Well, it feels like you answered like 3 questions right there.
Yeah.
Palace.
I have the ability to yap.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you aired out a lot of your thoughts pretty well, and you made them very clear. And yeah, well-deserved win there for EC Defiance. But let's take
For
it back
sure.
to Los Verdes. I mean, look at it this way: throughout your season, you've had your ups and downs, but you guys are still in it for the cup. So, given where you guys are right now, how would you rate your whole season out of 10?
Um, Out of 10, I'm not sure, but uh, I definitely don't feel that our place in the table determines how good we are. I really do believe that we could be a couple places higher and probably should be a couple places higher, but that's just how the ball rolls. You know, you don't win your games, then I mean that's what's going to happen. So, in terms of the league, I would probably say like a 5 because I really do think that um, we could be a couple places higher. But in terms of the cup, I mean, that one's been a fun ride, and I cannot wait to continue it next week. So, um, I'll be real. I don't have a number answer for the cup because that determines how we do uh, this next round, and um, if we win the next round, then it determines how we do the next round. So I can't give you a number answer on that yet.
It's fine. All good with me. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'll just do one. I only have one question, Maz, but
go ahead.
obviously y'all beat them last week in the cup. Did they play differently in the 3v3, or you just felt like it was just the bounces just kind of didn't go y'all's way?
I No, not really much was different. I mean, we both took, let's see, the game that they took in the cup last week was, bless you, was a 3v3 game. So in that front, we were pretty even last week. I just think that today, just a couple bounces didn't go our way, and they definitely stepped up their game as well. But I wouldn't say it was too different. It was just more on point from them. Like they executed better.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, yeah, all those threes games too were pretty close, and
Yeah.
yeah, maybe the extra game were in y'all's favor for sure. But all right, cool. Yeah, that's all I have, Mess.
So, I have a couple more things I want to bring up. So, we talked about chat. Uh, Christian was calling you out saying, well, you know, you're not, well, like a top tier player, basically. GOAT and whatnot. Just using various words to say you're not, like, the best player. One of the
He's
best
talking
players in
shit,
the
Palace. What you say, bro?
So, what's your response?
My response is, I hope I see you in the final, because then we'll determine who's really on top.
Hey.
There you go. And last but not least, Devin said something interesting in the chat about how he was playing more Elden Ring Night Rain instead of Rocket League. Do you think that could potentially factor into the team performances? I mean, I get not wanting to play to like take a breather and come in fresh, but do you think that that sometimes plays a part in your team's performances?
Um, I definitely did more so at the beginning of the season, but I know that um, there has been a little bit of like lapse of confidence in the last couple weeks. So I think sometimes, at least it works for me this way when I'm having a period like that. Sometimes this is better for me to get my mind off of Rocket League, play something else, and come back to it. And I think we saw that last week with Devin when he did come back to it. And I mean, we got the win. He, absolutely popped off. So I think in a sense, sometimes, but I think the main thing isn't so much how much time we have on Rocket League, is how much time we have on Rocket League together. I think that's really the big thing. Just being able to develop that kind of chemistry. Because I know that Devin and Trig were playing a lot earlier today together, and I thought they played pretty well together in the first couple of games. So just having that to build on, and really taking the time to play with each other, learn how each other plays. I think that really does more so than anything, rather than the number of hours you have on the game.
Totally fair. That's a really good answer. I mean, that was the difference between you guys and Defiance, some would say, because Defiance spent more time playing together than you guys did in preparation for this matchup. Um,
For sure.
I do have one more question before I leave the floor to you, pals. Where does this Los Verdes team go from here? For like future seasons, are you guys plan to stick together and keep these lineups going, or do you guys plan to bring in new players and change things up?
Yeah, I mean, we always want to bring in new players, and so I guess when that situation comes up, then we'll see. But for right now, yeah, I plan to stick together and keep going. But I would always love to get more people in. As for this season, where does this team go? Hopefully to the final of the cup.
There you go. So, the floor is yours now, Palace. Say whatever you want to say.
Um, yeah, first off, I just want to say, last thing I'll say about today is GG's to Emerald City. I mean, y'all have had our number in the league this season, so well played to y'all. I look forward to hopefully scrimming y'all in the future and in future seasons getting to play against y'all again, because y'all are a fun team to play against. I've really enjoyed seeing how y'all have evolved over the last couple seasons, and so yeah, huge props to you, and I'm excited to see y'all keep building. Um, I'm gonna turn my attention to Steel Army for a second. All of you know who you are, and I'm probably gonna be in the group chat with y'all in about 5 minutes talking about this because I see your ass on Dolphin Debit. I'm excited. I'm very excited. My team's excited, um, and we've been feeling confident, all of us, over the last couple weeks. I've been scoring clips. I know Devin's been working in the lab. I know that Trig has been in the lab. Even Hophead's been in the lab. I wish he had gotten to play today, but sometimes it works out how it works out. But yeah, I know that you guys are excited. We're excited too. So let's make this a shootout, but a shootout in which LV wins 4-0. I would like that very much. But I could very easily see that game going to 7. So we're about to find out next week. Good luck and watch out.
There you have it, Palace. Well said once again. Well, thank you very much for joining us in the commentary booth for this interview. You can go and have a bit of good rest now. We will catch you next time, dude. Take care.
Definitely. You as well.
And there you have it, Luis. That concludes, well, pretty much concludes our stream for tonight. Interesting matchup. A lot of people are saying this is going to go 5 games. Even I thought this is going to go 5 games. We were kind of close. If Los Verdes took their chances, this might have gone to game 5. But you know what? This is how it turned out at the end of the day. Los Verdes tried, they huffed and puffed, but EC Defiance showed that they were the better team with their better execution.
Yeah, that was super fun series to commentate, Maz. Obviously, sorry I was late. Had to scrim out another league, but yeah, awesome. Congrats, ECD, man.
No, you're good. I honestly should have realized you were hit earlier, so that's on me as well. But hey, I'm glad you joined it eventually.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
So just before we wrap up, Luisa chat, just gonna do a quick roundup of the fixtures remaining in the championship. You have Los Verdes versus EC Defiance that just concluded. You'll have Steel Army versus BNG Old Timers. That'll kick off Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be the one to watch out for. That might be the title decider. Unless EC Defiance decide to play spoilers next week. Not next week, in the next match day. Then you have Axe and Rose versus EM Big Dogs. I think the likeliest chance for both those sides to get a win. And, I think for Axe and Rose, if they need to get their first win this season, what better opportunity there is than playing against the Big Dogs?
Yeah, I'm gonna go against my boys here. I want Axe and Rose to get their first win, man. I think it'd be sick for them.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Not gonna lie, I think a lot of people will be rooting for Axe and Rose in that matchup. And just to show you guys what we were talking about when it comes to Axe and Rose, we're gonna take a quick look at the standings as well. Axe and Rose have 5 points, which is great for their very first season in SGL, but they want that first win. That win column with 0, I don't think that sits right with them. They want that first win. And for EM Big Dogs, they now have a chance to get over Los Verdes, and I think they'll really want that. They will really look forward to going ahead of Los Verdes in this league table, and I think that might satisfy them as well in what is pretty much their first season altogether.
Yep. And they've, again, ECD have had such a great kind of comeback story from how that last season went. So, yeah, keep the vibes high for ECD.
Big time. And that record's incredible, by the way. 6-3. That's really awesome. Now, Steel Army versus BNG. I just looked at the points totals right here, Luis. If Steel Army can somehow do the impossible and get a sweep against this BNG side, EC Defiance has a chance to usurp them into second place. And I didn't think I'd be seeing this coming, but that would be absolutely, like, wow, that would be insane.
Yep. Don't see it happening, Maz, but hey, the potential is there, so.
Never say never. That's all I can say. But you know what? For now, Luis, we have to wrap it up. It's getting late. I think a lot of people want to go to bed soon and go to sleep. So I'll let you all go now. Thank you all very much for hanging out for the SGL podcast at the start. And then for this matchup, if you guys were here just for the matchup, thank you all for coming in and catching up on all the action. We will see you guys next time. I don't know when that'll be. Might be Wednesday. We shall see. Or might be Thursday. Another SGL day, potentially. We'll see how that all gets set up. But for now, from Luis and Maz in the commentary booth, have a good night, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.